أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم واستعينوا بالصبر والصلاة وإنها لكبيرة إلا على الخاشعين. So this vow is vow atifa, because there's a subject which is coming before this ayah, and the context is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. First of all, Allah reminded Bani Israel of his favors, and then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is giving them some commands, and not only for them but for anyone who wants to benefit from hidayah, from the guidance. These are the things which are very crucial and essential. So first of all, so after this vow atifa, ista'inu. So this ista'inu, it is a command. It is fail amr, and this vow is telling you that this command is for a jama. It is for a group of people, more than two people. So ista'inu, fail amr, and because of this vow, file is antum. So it is fail and file. Bis sabri, ba is jar, and that's why as-sabri is in jar status. So jar majroor, and this vow is connecting as-salati with as-sabri. So vow is atifa, as-salati is ma'atuf, and as-sabri will be ma'atufun alay. So ma'atufun alay and ma'atuf together, they will be in the bucket of majroor, and ba will be jar. So let's translate this bit. Ista'inu. We have discussed when we learned about the families that this alif, sin, basically hamza, sin and ta, when it is attached with the fail, because in this fail, the actual root letters are ain, waw, and noon. And we know that because it is fail amr, and in case of fail amr, we remove the noon to make it majzoom. That's why you don't see that noon anymore. Otherwise, it was actually ain, waw, and this noon. Ain, waw, and noon. These are the root letters of this verb. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is commanding to all of Bani Israel, and obviously to all of us, that all of you seek help, because aun mean help. It is the same word which in Suratul Fatiha, when we say iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. That nasta'in, that is same verb, isti'ana. So all of you seek help. Bisabri was salah, this jar majroor, which is mutalliq bil fail, with sabr and salah, or you can say through sabr and salah. Wa innaha, this vow, according to most of the books of Arab, this vow is vow istinafiya, because this is not continuation of the command, because command is just this much. This is a separate commentary on this command. And what is the commentary? Wa innaha, we have discussed multiple times in the past, is inna is harf nasab, or you can call it harf mushabbah bil fail, or you can call it harf tawqid. All of them are correct. So inna harf nasab, ha ism of inna, la kabiratun, this lam is added here. Actual word is kabiratun, and this kabiratun is the khabar of inna. So inna harf nasab, ha ism of inna, kabiratun is the khabar of inna, and this lam added on kabiratun is lam of emphasis, which we say lamut tawqid. So this lam is for emphasis. Now illa, we know that illa is adatul istisna, exception. Okay, and alal khashiina, is the mustasna. So ala is jar, al khashiina majroor. This jar majroor is muta'alliq bil this kabiratun. So inna harf nasab, ha ism of inna, la kabiratun khabar of inna, illa adatu istisna, and alal khashiina is muta'alliq bil khabar and it's also mustasna. Let's translate this part. Wa innaha, and indeed this ha is referring to a salat, because salat is as a word it is feminine, that's why ha is used. Okay, so indeed it is la kabiratun. Now you need to translate this lam as well. You can say indeed it is definitely or surely, kabiratun heavy, great, illa except, alal khashiina upon those who have humbled themselves. Because as we say that we need to have khushu in our salah. So khushu means that when you humble yourself before someone. So indeed it is definitely, surely it is heavy or it is greater, except for those who are except for those who humble themselves. So let's translate the whole ayah. And seek help through sabr and salah, through patience and through prayer. Indeed, it is surely heavy or greater, except upon those who have humbled themselves. Allazina. Now, allazina is ism mawsool. And obviously, if it is ism mawsool, it must have its sila. And what is sila here? Yazunnuna. This yazunnuna, as you can see, this ya and una ending is telling you that it is fail mudare and it is number 3 in mudare and it has a file that is hum. And zan mean, look, zan does not mean literally yaqeen or certainty or belief, but it depends on the context. Okay, so in this context, this word zan is actually used in the meaning of yaqeen. Remember this point. Zan literally does not mean yaqeen. Zan is actually something which is not absolutely sure. Zan means that maybe, maybe not. But sometimes zan is used for absolute conviction, where you are absolutely confirmed about something. Okay, and this is determined by the context. Okay, so in this context, this zan is being used in the meaning of absolutely sure, or they absolutely believe. Okay, or they believe firmly. Okay, so yazunnuna fail mudare, it has file whom, they firmly believe. Now look at this one, please pay attention. If you say that they firmly believe, the question is, they firmly believe what? You see, so now you're gonna get your maf'ul. And in the for maf'ul, now we have seen many a time that sometimes you don't get a simple word, because in reality maf'ul should be one ism in nasab status, right? But sometimes you get a complete sentence, and that complete sentence plays the role of ism in nasab status. Let's see what we got here. So annahum, inshallah I will say something about anna in a minute. Let's do the other thing first. So anna is also from the inna family, because the inna and sisters of inna wa akhawatuha, and one of them is anna as well. So anna, you can call it harf nasab. Hum, ism of anna, mulaku. This was actually mulakuna. Please pay attention. It was mulakuna. But because this word was going to play the role of mudaf, and mudaf cannot have noon or tanween, that's why that noon is removed. So mulakuna has become mulaku rabbihim. So this mulaku is mudaf, rabbihim, rabbi and him is also mudaf and mudaf ilay. So mulakuna, mulakuna literally mean because mulaku is not a fail. Obviously, when we translate in the English language, as you will see, we need to translate it like a fail. But in reality, mulakuna is a ism. Okay, so mulakuna rabbihim, you can say for the sake of simplicity, meter. You know, mulakat, meet. Okay, to meet someone. Okay, so basically, you can say, obviously, there's no such word, but just for the sake of understanding, meter of their Rabb, meter of their Rabb. This is the reason I translated literally, so you can see that how mulaku and rabbihim are binded as mudaf mudaf ilay. So mulaku is mudaf, and in the mudaf ilay bucket you have rabbihim. So mulaku rabbihim will be together mudaf mudaf ilay. So anna harf nasab, hum ism of anna, mulaku rabbihim is the khabar of anna. Let's translate this part. Anna, we translate anna as that. That hum mulaku rabbihim, they are going to meet their Rabb. You see, I translate it as like it is a verb, but it's not a verb actually. And inshallah, I will say something in a minute more about this one. And then this vow is connecting. You know why? Because we said that yazunnuna, they firmly believe. They firmly believe what? Number one, annahum mulaku rabbihim, and number two, annahum ilayhi rajiun. So this vow is basically, it is ataf between annahum mulaku rabbihim, this jumla, this complete jumla, annahum mulaku rabbihim, and this complete jumla, annahum ilayhi rajiun. These both of these sentences, they're connected through this vow. So again, anna harf nasab, hum ism of anna, ilayhi muta'alliq bil khabar of anna, and raji'una is the khabar of anna. Same sentence as this one and this one. Now, annahum, that they are, ilayhi, towards him. This he is from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that they are towards him, raji'una. Now raji'una is a ism, so returners. I'm just doing the literal translation, even though it's not like a proper word, returners, but just to make you understand that it is a ism. Obviously, when we properly translate, we use verb. Okay, so let's translate the whole thing. Allazina, those who, or they are the ones who, yazunnuna, they firmly believe. Please pay attention. This yazunnuna is starting the sila part, because allazina is ism mausul, and after that you have sila. In the sila bucket, yazunnuna as the fail and file. Fail mudare number 3 and file hum. And from anna all the way till end is what? It is the maf'ul. You know why? Because like I said, that when you say that they firmly believe, now you need the information that they firmly believe what? And this whole thing is giving you information of what? So that when you will say that annahum mulaku rabbihim is matufun alay, wow is atifa or ataf, annahum ilayhi rajiun is the matuf. Matuf and matufun alay together, they are in the role of maf'ul. Right? Okay, now they firmly believe that they are meter with their Rabb, and they are to him, and they are returners toward him. Now, one more point here. You see, ilayhi is a muta'alliq, and muta'alliq should be at the end. And we know the rule we learned in our level 1, and let me repeat that if muta'alliq comes earlier and khabar has been delayed, it will create the meaning of emphasis or exclusivity, which means that their return is to Allah alone, which means you can translate it like that, that they are to him, they are returner to him alone. Or you can say in a proper translation that they will return to him alone. This word alone is not here. This meaning of alone is created because Ilahi has come earlier. Okay, so now let's wrap up this whole ayah. So allazina is some mawsool, from yazunnuna all the way till end is the sila, right? In the sila bucket, yazunnuna is fail and file. From annahum till raji'una is the maf'ul. And in this maf'ul, you got two complete sentences, right? Now, let me take a pause and inshallah then I say something else as well. So this allazina is a mawsool, and from yazunnun all the way till end, sila. This mawsool and sila together, it is playing what role? We have discussed this point many a time. And what is that point? That mawsool and sila together, it performs some role. It may be, and by the way, this role is role of like one ism. And role of one ism is what? It could be mubtada, it could be khabar, it could be mudaf ilay, it could be maf'ul, it could be sifa. In this case, it is actually the sifa for al-khashi'ina. That who are al-khashi'ina? Because Allah says that it is only the khashi'in people, khashi'un people, it is only for them that salah becomes easy to establish. And who are those khashi'un? They are the people of this quality. And if you look at the quality, it's basically one thing, because annahum mulaku rabbihim wa annahum ilayhi rajiun, both of them together, they are describing about akhirah. So in a nutshell, Allah is teaching us that this salah becomes easy to establish for those people whose belief in akhirah is absolutely certain. They are absolutely certain that we are going to be held accountable for our life. Okay, so allazina is a mawsool and it's sila together. It is playing the role of sifa. Sifa for who? For khashi'ina. Now please pay attention. What is the, because we know that mawsoof and sifa, they match in all the four properties, right? So al-khashi'ina, as you can see, because of Allah, khashi'ina is in jar status, right? So this allazina will be in jar status, fi mahalli jar, sifa of khashi'ina. Why? Because the i'rab of allazina or allazi or whatever is some mawsool you have, i'rab is decided by what role it is playing. And because it is playing the role of sifa for khashi'ina, and because khashi'ina is in jar status, so you will say that this is a mawsool is fi mahalli jar, sifa for khashi'ina. Last point, please pay extra attention now. Remember this point. In the case of jumla failure, and inshallah, by the way, this thing is coming very soon, but I just want to give you the practical demonstration because right now we have in front of us. Okay, please pay attention. In case of jumla failure, remember the word an, alif with fatha and noon with the sukoon, an. Whatever jumla comes after the an, that jumla does not remain jumla anymore. It becomes like one word. In the case of jumla failure, what is the word? An. An plus the next jumla together, it becomes like one word, right? And in the case of jumla ismiya, please pay attention. In the case of jumla ismiya, anna. Anna is that word that when you see anna, anna and the complete sentence of anna together, it does not remain sentence anymore. It becomes like one word. And what is the name of that one word? Please pay attention. Al-masdar al-muawwal. Interpreted masdar. Inshallah, I will give you the detail very soon. But because we had in front of us this example, so I'm trying to say this point, that this anna plus hum mulaku rabbihim, this hum mulaku rabbihim is not actually remained sentence anymore. Anna plus this khabar, this complete sentence of anna, it has one name. What is that name? It has become masdar. In simple terms, it has become like one word. And same is the case with this anna and its ism and its khabar and its mutallik. The whole thing has not remained a jumla anymore. It has become like one ism, and the technical term is al-masdar al-muawwal. Inshallah, al-masdar is our subject, but the reason I mentioned that because we have this example here. Okay, so which means that this thing is actually will be called anna plus the jumla of anna will be called masdar muawwal, and same is the case with this one as well. And what we mean by masdar muawwal, that it has become like one ism and it can play all of those roles which one ism can play. As in this case, please pay attention, as in this case, as brother mentioned before, this anna sentence has played the role of maf'ul. For who? For yazunnuna. So this is basically, after yazunnuna, you were looking for one word in nasab status to give you the information of what, and that information has been given to you by the complete anna sentence, which means that this anna sentence and this anna sentence, they are actually playing the role of maf'ul, and they are behaving like one word which we are calling al-masdar al-muawwal.